It's Rat right here on your classic metal show with I Want a Woman. That one going out by request to our good friend Serena checking in.
How about that? Serena checking in.
Yeah, she's checking in, listening to the show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it's a good lead into this next segment.
Okay.
Is Judge Akin available? All right, Judge Akin is available.
Okay.
Perfect.
Is that gum in your mouth, Donnie?
No.
You have a little crush on me?
No. Yeah. I don't know what I'm supposed to say right now.
You know, I've been watching you all year, Donnie. When you hit that shot to beat Fairfield and you were jumping up and down in your little Larry Bird short shorts and sweating like a jar of pickles in the hot sun. God, that was so hot.
Is this really happening?
This is happening. It's happening right now in my office.
Okay, awesome. So I'm totally in. How do you want to do it? Because I made sex before lots of ways. So you want to go straight to hand jobs or eating me out or taking me from behind?
I'll teach you.
I'm a virgin.
All right, there you go.
Order in my court.
Well, more often than not, we get teachers, just in general, basically unknown teachers, getting into trouble. But now we got somewhat of a higher profile woman who got herself in trouble.
Okay.
An ex-Miss Kentucky got busted
Okay.
for allegedly sexting a teen student.
All right.
A former Kentucky beauty queen turned teacher has been busted for sending new photos of herself to a 15-year-old former student.
New or nude?
Nude.
All right.
Sending nude photos of herself.
Okay.
Ramsey, Ramsey, Beth Ann, that's a whole name there, Bethann,
Mm-hmm.
Bierce, Bearse.
Let's check out Ramsey.
She's not black, but she has three names. Ramsey Bethann Bierce. Miss Kentucky 2014.
Right, the mugshot's not really good, but the bikini shot, she could lose a couple pounds. Well, she's Miss Kentucky. You know, I got to be a little more critical.
Right.
She's a little chunky here. Looks like she had an extra Twinkie or three.
She's got a little pooch in the belly.
She's got a little bit, yeah, a little bit of side hangover on the side of the bikini.
Yeah.
But I do like the picture of her, like in a white. She's wearing like a white shirt. That's a pretty picture. Yeah, she's pretty.
Okay.
All right, she's a pretty girl. All right, I'm making my determination now.
Already?
Well, no, not quite yet.
You haven't heard the facts of the case.
I need to hear the facts, but it's going to be hard to argue when she's wearing a dress like this with her tit hanging out. That's definitely going in the right way.
All right. Ramsey Bethann Bierce, Miss Kentucky 2014, was arrested on Friday in West Virginia, and she was charged with 4 felonies. Felonies.
Oh, no.
For sending illicit snaps.
Mm-hmm.
The boy's parents found the nude photos on their son's 28-year-old former teacher on his phone, and they alerted the authorities.
Somebody made a good point. I can't really see her toes from here to get a good view.
You gotta inspect the feet too. It's just like cattle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no pictures of her feet here, so. All right. Overall, I'd say she's fairly attractive.
Okay.
Would expect from Miss Kentucky, I guess.
Yeah, well, this is like judging 4-H animals. When I had a cousin, second cousin,
Right.
who they were very big into the whole 4-H thing.
Okay.
And they would display their prize animals at 4-H. They would, enter their cows and pigs and goats and everything into 4-H.
Right.
Well, one of the things that they invested in for 4-H purposes is they had a grooming table.
Right.
And this table stood vertical, and they would walk the cow up alongside the table. It's like walking it up against a wall.
Okay.
Because the table was vertical.
Mm-hmm.
And they would strap the cow to the table, and then they would give it a sedative.
Okay.
And then they could crank the table to where it was horizontal. And the hooves of the cow would be hanging off the edge of the table.
All right.
And they would buff and clean the hooves and give it basically a manicure of the hooves.
Jeez.
Yeah. So your judgment of these beauty pageant women, it's like just judging 4-H animals. Let me see your hooves.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to give fair judgment here.
Let me see those toes.
Look, as we've learned from past sentencing, sometimes you got to dig a little deeper into the evidence to make sure that you're giving a good ruling here. But it doesn't look like looks like we're going to be inconclusive on her toes. There's no good pictures of her toes.
So we have no idea if she's got good hooves or not.
No, I'm going to take a guess that she's got better hooves than that last one, though.
She's got great stems, but not so sure about the hooves.
Yeah, not on this one, no.
All right, Bierce, now a married science teacher at Andrew Jackson Middle School near Charleston, West Virginia, admitted to cops that she sent 4 photos by way of Snapchat.
All right.
According to the police.
Mm-hmm.
Just 4 years ago, Bierce won the Miss Kentucky crown by wowing the judges.
Wait a minute. Can we stop the presses? We have her feet. We have a close-up of the feet.
Okay.
Let's see here.
They look pretty even.
Yeah, those look like okay toes to me.
But she's got the clear stripper heels on, but that always helps.
I gotta wonder, why is that second toe a different shade than the third and fourth? Look at them.
Maybe it's just the lighting.
Look at that. She's got 3 pink toes. She's got 1 white toe, then a black man's toe, and then 2 pink toes. And then we can't see the 5th one. That's interesting. Okay, considering that into evidence.
Well, I like the fact that she wears the clear stripper heels, though.
I do like that. I definitely like that. I gotta wonder, is that a real toe?
You're really hung up on the old pedicure stuff.
Or is that one of those paste-ons? Might be a fake toe. She is a little chunky.
Not only is she chunky, but now her toes are questionable.
Old diabetic toe.
She's got Waylon Jennings feet.
That's right. Might have glued that one back on. I don't know.
Diabetic toe.
We got a close-up now. Mistletoe.
Yeah, her toes look pretty even.
Yeah, those toes are okay.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
For this one, I'm joking a little bit.
Yeah, she's got petite feet.
No. And no, Jeremy, I do not have a foot fetish. I'm not really a toe person, but in the scope of tonight's show, I need to consider all the evidence. I mean, for God's sakes, what? I'm a judge, for God's sakes. I got to consider all of the pertinent evidence, and if she had fucked up feet, believe me, that counts against. All right. Okay, so decent feet. So continue.
All right.
Continue with your evidence.
All right. So Miss Bierce is now married.
Okay.
And she's now a science teacher at a middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And she admits that she sent nude photos to a 15-year-old.
All right.
Just 4 years ago, Bierce won the Miss Kentucky crown by wowing the judges with her fiddle act.
Her fiddle act?
And multiple sclerosis advocacy. So she could play the fiddle.
Mm-hmm.
She could be a hoedown.
Life ain't nothing but a funny riddle.
Right. I just want to help people understand the disease. She told the Lexington Herald leader about her plans to raise awareness. She faces a $100,000 fine, a maximum sentence, which Judge Akin will rule here, and has been suspended from her teaching position.
Okay.
So that's the evidence that has been given.
So she's
It's time for sentencing from Judge Akin.
all right. The key evidence here is that she's a little bit chunky.
Okay.
So, I mean, the weird thing about her is there's about 100 pictures of her on in my evidentiary file known as Google. There's plenty of pictures of her, and in some of them she's really, really pretty. None of them is she like smoking hot.
Right.
I don't think she's smoking hot, even in the bikini picture.
But she's attainable pretty.
Yeah. And some of them she looks really cute, and then some of them she looks really awful. Of course the mugshot looks really bad. But there's the picture of her in the white dress where she looks like Carmella from the WWE.
Okay.
So, but then there's other pictures like her in the camo that just looks like she's just some dumbbell whore. Dumbbell 6.
Some dumbbell whore.
Yeah, she just looks like a dummy.
Okay.
Now, but the key is what would a 15-year-old think about seeing that girl naked? And I'm going to be honest. I don't know that a 15-year-old, I mean, she doesn't have big tits or anything. So I'm not thinking that a 15-year-old is going to be completely blown away by her. So there might be some damage from not being blown away.
All right.
So I'm gonna rule. First of all, I think the $100,000 fine is ridiculous. I'm gonna cut that fine down to like $50.
$50.
$50.
So that's just more of a misdemeanor.
Yeah, I would say she has to pay for the kids, data usage.
Okay.
Or when you pulled down the photos and jerked off.
All right.
And then, as far as the sentence goes, she's pretty plain Jane. She plays a fucking fiddle. That definitely takes away.
She plays a fiddle.
Oh, look at it. It's a green fiddle, for God's sakes. It's not even a cool-looking fiddle. It's fucking green.
Right.
It's like the Green Lantern's fiddle. For God's sakes, that's fucking pathetic. You're talented on Miss USA. You're chunky and you play the fiddle. You got to do time for that.
Well, what if she was chunky and she fiddled her bean?
Oh, well, then I'd be looking into Keys to the City, but that's not what happened here.
So because she actually played a stringed instrument.
And she played it, and not a cool one.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like she played a guitar or something. She played a fucking fiddle.
Okay.
And a green one at that. And she rested it under two of her chins. So
two of her chins.
So
So she went from being a little chunky to now having double chins?
Look at the picture of her playing the fiddle. She's got that overbite going. She could do some damage on a carrot maybe, but yeah, there's just a lot of not good with her.
Yeah, that photo of her playing the fiddle is not good.
That's a fat chick, don't you think? Or
well, the outfit she's wearing doesn't do her any justice.
No,
that was just a terrible choice in wardrobe.
Yeah, she's too chunky to wear stripes.
Yeah.
She's just too chunky for stripes and a green fiddle underneath that fucking turkey gobbler. So I got to give her 6 months. 6 months and a $50 fine.
All right. Judge Akin has ruled.
I have ruled.
All right. Very nice.